it was cold, and the servants and on guards had it a charcoal fire, and were standing there warming themselves. Peter stood there too, warming himself with others. The high priest was questioning Jesus about his disciples and about his teaching. Jesus answered him,
I have spoken openly to the world. I have always taught in the synagogue and in the temple, where all the Jews gather, and in secret I have said nothing. Why dost thou question me? Question those who have heard what I spoke to them. Behold, these know what I have said.
At these words, one of the guards standing by Jesus gave him a slap in the face, saying,
Is this the way to answer the high priest?
Jesus said to him,
If I have spoken ill, bear witness to the evil. But if well, why dost thou strike me?
Then Annas sent him, still bound, to Caiaphas the high priest. As Simon Peter stood there warming himself, someone said to him,
Are you not another of his disciples?
He denied it, and saying,
I am not.
One of the high priest's servants, a relation of the man whose spear Peter had cut off, said to him,
Did I not see you in the garden with him?
Again Peter denied it, and at once a cock crew. They then led Jesus from the house of Caiaphas into the praetorium. As it was now morning, they did not go into the praetorium, or they would be defiled and unable to eat the Passover. But you have a custom that I should release a prisoner at the Passover. Will you have the release for you, the King of the Jews? And at this they shouted,
Not this man, but Barabbas.
Barabbas was a robber. Pilate then had Jesus taken away and scourged. After this, the soldiers twisted some thorns into a crown and put it on his head and dressed him in a purple cloak. They kept coming to him and saying,
Hail, King of the Jews!
And they slapped him in the face. Pilate came outside again and said to them,
Behold, I am bringing him out to you, to let you see that I find no guilt in him.
Jesus then came out wearing the crown of thorns and the purple robe. Pilate said to them,
Behold the man.
When the chief priests and the guards then saw him, they cried out, saying,
Crucify him! Crucify him!
Pilate said to them,
Take him yourselves and crucify him. I can find no guilt in him.
The Jews replied,
We have a law, and according to that law
When Pilate heard them say this, he fiercely increased. Re-entering the praetorium, he said to Jesus,
"Where do you come from?"
But Jesus made no answer. Pilate said to him,
"Are you refusing to speak to me? Surely you know I have power to release you and have power to crucify you."
Jesus answered him,
Thou wouldst have no power at all over me, were it not given thee from above. Therefore he who betrayed me to thee has the greater sin.
From that moment, Pilate was anxious to set him free. But the Jews shouted,
If you set him free, you are no friend of Caesar's. For anyone who makes himself king sets himself against Caesar.
Hearing these words, Pilate had Jesus brought out and seated himself in the chair of judgment, a place called